So, mein Handy hat mir gesagt, dass du jetzt mit Stream angefangen hast. Also fliegen werde ich heute definitiv nicht mehr. Dafür werde ich jetzt gerade schon wieder zu müde.
Mein Problem. Ich kann es verstehen. Ist halt nur immer blöd, wenn man sich das vornimmt, man Zeit gefunden hat und dann
Wird's nix.
mehr oder weniger den Strich durch die Rechnung einem das Programm dann macht. Das ist halt total nervig. Und ich weiß, wie tierisch mich das nervt.
Ich werde jetzt einfach meine Update-Einstellungen ändern. Der kann nicht mal, der Blödsack.
Hat Ariane im Hintergrund gerade gelacht, oder?
Nee.
Oh, ist okay. Das hört sich so an.
Zumindest habe ich nichts gehört.
Nein. Ich glaube nicht, dass ich besser höre als du in dem Moment. Sollte man jetzt gucken. Das schiebe ich mir mal eben jetzt noch darüber.
Man kann Funktionsupdates nur noch bis zu ein paar Tage verschieben. Krass. Qualitätsupdate. Ich verschiebe jetzt alles auf das Maximum.
General.
Updates aussetzen, jawohl.
Oh, wenigstens kommt mein Lieblingslied gerade. Das ist fein.
Auf deinem Stream, diese
YouTube-Muffins. Ja, da gibt es so ein oder zwei Tracks, die finde ich ganz cool. Ich habe übrigens einen schönen Track gefunden, jetzt einen freien auch für das Concord-Video, was ich ja immer nochmal machen wollte.
Mhm.
Wenn ich mal irgendwann dazu komme.
Ja, cool.
Wenn ich mal irgendwann dazu komme.
Da war ja mal was.
So.
Ich finde es schade, dass mein Video nicht mehr existiert. Obwohl, vielleicht habe ich es ja damals auch aufgenommen, muss ich versuchen. Wie ich dich mit Heat-Tracking und Hook.
Oh ja.
Das hatte schon auch was.
Ja, das stimmt. Aber das können wir auch nochmal machen, gerne. Also das ist ja nichts, was man nicht wiederholen könnte.
Das stimmt.
So. Es gibt übrigens immer noch Leute, die mich darauf ansprechen, ab und an mal. Cool. Warst du nicht der damals hier die Flugschau gemacht hat?
Sehr gut.
Das hat sich tatsächlich irgendwie wenigstens ein bisschen rumgesprochen wohl.
Mhm.
So.
Ein paar Views hat es vielleicht auch.
Ja.
Dann auf YouTube gehabt. Hast du es in YouTube hochgeladen?
Ja, das ist in YouTube hochgeladen.
Ich google mal nach Concorde Flight Display.
Ja, ob es dann da drin steht, ist die Frage. Ja.
Und bei Videos?
Ja, ist es.
Da gibt es dann nur die echten bis jetzt.
Ja gut, die dürfen da wesentlich mehr Anlauf haben, denke ich.
Von 1973. Das wirst du kennen.
Ja, das kenne ich auch.
Aber der sieht auch nicht anders aus als das, was du gemacht hast.
Nee, das ist dem angelehnt auch.
Das ist schon der Hammer.
Transponder, Ausweiser, Standby Control of Guard, Landing Gear Lever down. The Override is Guard, Weiser Nose Lever is Confusion.
Oh, und das ist einer abgestürzt.
Das war aber eine Tupolev.
1973.
Ja, das war die Tupolev.
Warum eigentlich? Haben sie das rausgefunden?
Ja, also die Russen behaupten, da wäre irgendwie eine, weiß ich nicht, Schieß mich tot. Das hatten die damals, die F-16 hatten die nicht Starfighter. Also auf jeden Fall irgendein Kampfjet, dem der Tupolev zu nah gekommen. Daraufhin haben die Nase runtergedrückt und dann ist das durch Überlastung zerbrochen. Und die offizielle Geschichte ist also, dass die einfach das war glaube ich in so einer Linkskurve, dass einfach das Flugzeug einfach überlastet hat und deswegen zerbrochen ist. Und dann gab es noch mal so eine Verschwörungstheorie, dass das Flugzeug eine Rakete getroffen hat.
Ach Gott, auch noch.
Ja, sowas gab's dann auch mal.
Er sollte sowas denn machen, naja.
Hallo, I be too fat for you, welcome on board.
Sehr schön, die alten Bekannten.
Aircraft Fuel, Aircraft Load hatte ich schon, Ground Power, EO, ich glaube, das habe ich noch nicht, doch. Was ich aber, glaube ich, noch nicht habe, ist, warte mal, Ground Power kann ich nochmal machen. Warum ist denn jetzt Ivao angegangen? Ground Air hatte ich, glaube ich, noch
Hattest
nicht.
du deine Donation-Liste wieder hingekriegt?
Ja, ja, die läuft wieder. Das war ein Serverproblem, glaube ich, von Tipeee.
Achso. Hey, das sieht so dreidimensional aus, das Panel.
Welches?
Ist schon immer so? Hier rechts, wo du gerade rumkriegst. Mit dem Electrical
Nee, das war schon immer so, ja. Eigentlich war das schon immer so.
Okay.
Was meinst du hier? Das da? Das war
Nee,
schon.
was hast du gerade. Nee, das hattest du zugemacht, das war rechts.
Achso, ja, das habe ich jetzt gerade wieder offen gehabt. Ja, ja, das war aber schon immer so. Ja, ja. So. Wenn ich jetzt G drücke, müsste eigentlich... Jetzt weiß ich nicht, ob das jetzt... Funktioniert jetzt wieder nicht, oder... Na, ich werde es gleich an den Reversern feststellen. So.
Welchen Treiber wird installiert? Oh, warum dauert das so lange? Das ist nicht schlimm.
Sondern dass es tatsächlich noch nicht geht im Moment. So.
Ich guck mal kurz zu meiner Frau.
Mach das.
Und du bist noch am Pre-Check.
Ja, alles gut. Du kannst auch, wenn du möchtest, raus. Also, alles gut, ne?
Ich sag dir dann eine gute Nacht, wenn es soweit ist.
Ja, ja, genau. So, Ground Power, Air Conditioning. Crossbleed on, Conditioning was on. So now Air Data Computers on. Short temperature check, 26 degrees, drain master heaters off, they are. Transparency, de-ice and demist is off. INS 1, 2 and 3 to align. First the standby. Set the present position. So present position is north 1 decimal to 1 decimal 2, and east is 1 0 3 decimal 5 4 decimal 1. Insert north 1 decimal 2 1 decimal 2, and east 1 0 3 decimal 5 4 decimal 1, and the third one north 1 decimal 2 1 decimal 2, and east 1 0 5, oh dear, again 1 decimal 2 1 decimal 2, and east 1 0 3 decimal 5 4 decimal 1. That's correct. So cross check 1212 1212 1212 103541 103541 103541. That's correct. INS system present position inserted and cross checked. So we can set the INS systems to align. And you can set these to 9. So transponder and TCAS system check. And then we have to set our
TCAS system test OK.
our weights. So we have 0 fuel weight from 90.18 tons. So 90.150, and we have 0 CG from 52.23. 52.23. And the same you have to set in digital letters, so it's 9 0 1 8. And fuel, we have fuel with us 45.902 tons. Holy cow. 9018, 9018. 45,902. 45,090. That makes an aircraft weight from 136.0, 135.0. That's correct. That's without the taxi fuel. So what did we do? We set the 0 fuel weight, we set the 0 fuel CG, we set the aircraft weight. Total fuel analog check is correct. Correct aircraft weight is checked. Tank 9 main inlet auto override off. Tank 9 main pumps left and right hand to auto. 10 pumps left and right hand to auto. 90 air is off. Tank 10 pumps left and right hand, we got that. Tanks 5A, 7A to off. Jettison fuel bay shut and secured. Standby inlet valves all off. Tank 5A and 57A7 transfer valves shut. Tank 5 left right off, 7 left right off, 5 and 6 inlet valves shut, override off, 7 and 8 inlet valves shut, override off. Interconnect valves 6, 7 and 7 and 5, 8 is shut, 6 and 8 pumps left and right and off. Tank 11 main inlet auto override off. Tank 11 hydraulic green and blue pumps auto, main pumps auto. DB Veta, welcome on board, and Fabio, welcome on board. Tank 11D air off and main engine feed pumps 1, 2, 3 and 4 to on. So next thing is the before start checklist. Cockpit windows are closed. Flight control, flight control inverters to on. PFC master warning cancel, anti-stall system on. Radio INS switches, we set them to INS. Navigation radios are set, initial altitude. Flaps full, welcome on board. So we can go a bit nearer here. So the initial altitude is by 20 feet. And 520, we got this. So, we are on our flight to the old Kai-Tak today. So, that's... QNH is set, transponder to XPDR. We have that. Parking brakes parked, checked. Dann haben wir navigation lights on. Throttle masters to main. Ground hydraulic checkout, yellow, yellow. Off, off. We have that. Fuel heaters, auto. Engine recirculation valves shut, secondary air doors, auto. That's correct. Batteries to bat on. We have that. ASI box, pitch index. So. So, our V1 is 132. V rotate is 139. Then we have V2 is 181. And V2 plus 40 is 121. Pitch index is 18. Reheat placard is 4. Then we have to set our fuel flow box. So, fuel flow is for engine 1 to engine 3, 20.1. For engine number 4, 19.7.
Geht dein Kuli-Head eigentlich wieder?
Das werde ich gleich bei dem Taxi-Checklist sehen, wenn ich den Reverser aktivieren muss.
Gut.
Vorher leider nicht.
Mhm.
P7 sind 38.6.
Ach so, nee, ich dachte, du hättest dieses Fuel am Joystick auch wieder neu, dass es ging. Dieses Hoch-Runter-Sitzen und links.
Ja, das hat aber über eine andere Taste dann wieder funktioniert. Da vermute ich mal, dass es an der Kombination mit Strick und Enter lag.
Aha.
Wobei das so, glaube ich, auch die ersten Anzeichen waren. Das lasse ich jetzt auch auf den Tasten, wo ich es jetzt liegen habe. Das habe ich auf PH, keine Ahnung, irgendwie sowas. Da fummel ich nicht dran rum. Wenn es funktioniert, ist es okay.
Jo.
38. So, Clock. Wie lange muss ich denn die Nachbrenner laufen? Oh, 45 Sekunden nur. Das ist nicht wirklich viel. (43, 44, 45). Die Uhr. Du erinnerst dich an die Uhr?
Mhm. Die kann man nicht vergessen.
Nee, die kannst du. Nee, nicht wirklich. Ah, Mist, guck mal, jetzt habe ich mir den Noise Embankment nicht aufgeschrieben. Also TLA ist 92.1 N2. Das muss sich übrigens angefühlt haben bei der echten Concorde, wie das, wenn du vor eine Wand fährst. Dieses, nach dem Take-Off, wenn die Reheats ausgeschaltet haben und gleichzeitig den Schub um knapp 20% reduziert haben.
Das heißt, er wird ordentlich nach vorne gedrückt.
Ja, wahrscheinlich. Also das haben die auch immer groß angekündigt in der Kabine und das hat immer für schallendes Gelächter gesorgt.
Echt?
Also muss man das wirklich richtig derbst gemerkt haben, ja.
Cool. Ja, schade, dass man das nicht
So.
mehr erlebt konnte.
Ah, kommt vielleicht wieder. Seatbelt Signs. Doors closing. INS System is aligned. Dann auf Navigation.
So,
Ach
jetzt kommt
so.
mal. Jetzt kommt der Moment der Wahrheit.
Ich drück dir sowas von die Daumen, Matthias. So, Shift 8. Die ersten Wegpunkte rein. Eine SID gibt's nämlich nicht bei diesem Airport hier, der ist so winz. Ich glaube, die kennen sowas gar nicht. So. Hab mir jetzt übrigens mittlerweile auch angewöhnt, die zu fliegen. Insofern ich die Charts, die SIDs und die Stars.
Ah, super.
Insofern ich denn die Charts gelesen kriege. Manchmal habe ich da echt noch so meine Probleme mit.
Ja, na, vor allem jetzt die neuen von Navigraph. Die ist total schwierig zu
Ich muss ehrlich gestehen, dass ich mir die im Moment nicht von Navigraph hole, sondern einfach aus dem Internet erstmal rausziehe.
Das ist ja vollkommen legitim.
Solange ich das noch nicht online fliege, sehe ich das nicht an, da immer die aktuellsten sofort zu haben.
Brauchen wir auch nicht.
Master Warning.
Jetzt vor allem mit diesen neuen, die sind alle so. Naja gut, ich meine, wahrscheinlich ist das ein Standardformat.
Wahrscheinlich.
Insofern. Ja, dann lerne ich es hoffentlich.
Anti-Collision Lights.
Du blödes Scheißvieh.
Immer noch nicht.
Nee.
Oh fuck. Clearance to start. Ground crew. Pushback checklist. Conditioning valves. Cross bleed off. Engine 1423 idle switches high. Generator switches to on. Und Go switches on und Timer on. Engine number 4. Ah, nee. Engine number 3. Und Engine number 2.
Das war echt eine Hoffnung. Kann es jetzt noch sein?
Also ich habe jetzt auch keine Idee mehr, du. Also ich bin ja sowieso immer recht ideenlos bei sowas, muss ich gestehen. Hydraulics. Sieht gut aus. PSC Cancel. Oh, von welcher Piste starte ich denn? Durch das ganze Hin- und Her geduschel. Habe ich da jetzt gar keinen Gedanken mehr dran verschwendet. So, ich starte von Runway 02. Ey, super, da muss ich nose to the left, also nose to west, facing west. Parking brake release. Pushback nose to the left. Oh, da muss ich jetzt ein bisschen aufpassen, dass ich mich nicht in das Gebäude hinter mir reindrücke, glaube ich.
Ja, drück ich die Daumen.
Oh ne,
Ich
das...
denke mich für heute aus, leider.
Das passt. Ja,
Guten
gut.
Flug dir.
Aber tut mir echt leid.
Ja. Shit happens, was willst du machen?
Ja,
Gut.
macht's gut.
Also bis bald.
Ja,
Guten Flug, gute
tschüss,
Landung.
danke dir.
Yeah.
Tschüss.
Ciao.
So, Crossbleeds Start bedeutet, müssen die Bleedwars aufmachen. Und die Bleedwars und da müssen wir Engine Number 4 Start up. Und Engine Number 1. So. Jetzt warten wir, bis der stable ist. Dann können wir die Crossbleed zumachen, die Conditioning Valves wieder auf. Conditioning Valves to on. And then we have the pushback checklist completed after start checklist. First thing what we want to do there is the nose wheel steering. We check the nose wheel steering. That's checked, and then we cancel the mechanical light here, activate the electric trim, and we want to check our green hydraulic system. So, full up, full down, full left, full right, rudder left, and rudder right. Next thing we want to do is to check the blue hydraulic system. Full up, full down, rudder left, rudder right. Here we go, that is working. AFCS is checked. Auto stabilization and artificial fuel pumps 1 and 2 to on. We got that. Engine anti-ice is not required. Brake fans are required. Timer to reset 5 minutes after startup, that's correct. Door warnings, a short check. That's correct, no door is open. Hydraulic check, electric AC check, electric EC check, ground bypass is set. Engine 1, 4, 2, 3, idle switches to low, engine number 4 limited for the takeoff to 88%. Tank 11 load limit. The tank 11 load limit today is 4,192. 4,190. Here we go. After trim switch to after. And now we want to start our taxi, so we switch the taxi turn lights on. Nose and wiper down to 5 degrees. And here we roll. Short brake test. Flight instruments checked. No flags. Flight controls check. Anti-skid, anti-tire lights are off. Trims. are set. Short CG, master warning, cancel. Throttle master. To alternate, auto throttle on, auto ignition on, throttle masters back to main, drain master heaters to on, ADS and standby probe heaters to T inhib and on, and preservation static heaters on. So, next thing, air intakes. Ram master switches, auto and guard, hydraulic lane switches to auto and lane switches to lane A. Reversers. They are working as well, checked. And now we have to check our CG is by 53, that's a perfect. Tank D air protection is activated. The air tank 9 and 11 is on. Tank 5 and 6 inlet valves to auto, 7 and 8 to auto. Engine feed pumps all on. 6 and 8 right hand pumps, we leave them off. Tank 5 and 7 pumps off, and 5A and 7A left and right hand to on. So, PFDIS, we have to set the PFDIS, yeah. So we have to fly 1,450 nautical miles, 1,400 and 50. Here we are. Taxi checklist. Oops. Taxi checklist is complete. Landing lights on. Transponder on. Master warning. Recall. Nothing. Inhibit and takeoff monitor armed. Here we go onto the runway. Wheel overhead lights are off. Runway lineup. Reheats on. Engine 1, 4, 2, 3, idle switches to high, nozzle override lights are off. Pitch index, checked. Trim, check. Flight directors, check. Brake fans, off. Brake fans overload MI is black. And here we go in parking brake release. Here we go in 3, 2, 1 now.
Airspeed building. 100 knots. Power set. V1. Rotate. V2. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Three, two, one, noise.
And 2 to 92% for the noise embankment. After start checklist, landing gear normal lever to normal, master warning recall, landing lights off, and engine flight rating to flight.
Two 40 knots. Altitude alert, 1,000 to go.
Five 5,000 feet and 2 to 97%. Thousand feet and 2 to 99%. Seven 7,000 feet and 2 to 101. And 8,000 feet full thrust. At 10,000 feet we will raise the nose and the visor. And and then we will accelerate to 390 knots. We are 10,000 feet now, Sandweiser up. Pushing the nose down a bit. And that will help us to accelerate to 390 knots. It's 380 knots, pitching the nose up. Here we go. Autopilot is on. RDS in standby, probe heat is to off. After trim switch to after. And we have to set the altimeter. It's done. Timer reset. Engine control to normal. Seatbelt signs. Can switch them off. Taxi turn lights off. CG is a bit far to the back. We can open this. Now it should move to the back again. It's flickering. Now it's off, it's on, it's off, it's on. Yeah. It's just at the edge.
Altitude alert, 1000 to go.
So we reached 26,000 feet, so we have to fly a bit subsonic now for a few minutes because we are flying over the land, so we are not allowed to fly supersonic here. So we have to wait a few minutes. until we can accelerate to supersonic speeds. Ah, time for a short stretch in here. Oh. So now we have to stop the CG movement. For now. Can continue in a... We have to continue when we fly supersonic again. Or when we accelerate at supersonic speeds, so. So that is actually at waypoint 7. Quartz, hi, willkommen an Bord. DRX, welcome on board. So, at the actual weather, we definitely will land on the famous Kai Tak runway 13. So, at the moment, it will be runway 13. So, we are at waypoint 7. Will mean we passed waypoint 7. And now I give full thrust. So at first I have to set the 60,000. Then I set IS hold, and then I give full thrust. The aircraft will pitch up and hold 390 knots. Once the aircraft leveled at 390, there will be a short master warning now. Once the aircraft leveled at 390 knots, I will activate the afterburners. First the inner ones and then the outer ones. So now the aircraft leveled down at 390 knots, so engage pitch hold and activate the afterburners now. First the inner ones and then the outer ones. And now we hopefully go through Mach 1. And we definitely will. So here we are, Mach 1. We are at Mach 1.01 from now, short overspeed warning. And we are at Mach 1.3, we engaged max climb on the autopilot. And we disengaged the preservation static heaters. Engine anti-ice is off, wing anti-ice and intakes are off, transparency de-ice and DMS is off. Max climb is engaged. Now we are accelerating further. When we reach Mach 1.7 we disengage the afterburners and the Concorde will fly by herself and accelerate by herself up to Mach 2.02. Got an CG master warning again, we have 4,000. So the problem now is I can't switch them on, switch them to open. So CG should move more to the back now. So I set it the pumps manually to on. So now the CG should move a bit faster to the back. And Mach 1.4, the air intake should be open for each engine. They are. Shut up. So we are at Mach 1.6 now. Soon as we reach Mach 1.7 we disengage the afterburners. First the inner ones again and then the outer ones. Waiting until the engines are stabilized. And then the outer ones, here we go. Tank 10 and 11, the air is off. Tank 11 load limit is not reached at the moment. So. Jack, welcome on board. So tank 9 and 10 are fully empty now. So we reached load limit for tank 11. With our exact 10,500 kilos in. So what we can do now is to set the load limit from tank 11 to 0. And set the load limit from tank 9 to 1000 kilos again. For the descent. Then we have to bring the CG to the front of the aircraft again. So, we are between waypoint 2 and 3 on Waypoint 4 and 5, I have to load the next 7 waypoints. Now we are at 48,000 feet. Climbing with 750 feet per minute. When we reach the 50,000 feet, can engage max cruise on the autopilot. Hello, Scritch Zero. Welcome on board to our flight to the Old Kai-Tak airport. So tanks 7A and 5A are nearly empty, so when they emptied out we can switch off the pumps from this tanks and the fuel flow to the back will continue. So shift 8, we don't need that. Zuzu, oder Zozo, oder Zozo, welcome on board. Welcome to our flight to the Old Kai-Tak airport with Concorde. So tank 7A and 5A is nearly empty. So I switched off the pumps there. Wait until it's empty, so there are about 20 kilos still in there. So here we go, it's emptied out. Close the trim pipe drain. So I think we are a little bit debalanced at the moment. We have a few rocks of 500 kilos more on the right side than on the left. I'll have a closer look later. So below us there is a really bad weather now. But we are at 54,000 feet, so it don't matter for us. That makes a different flight for us. So let's look at the destination weather now. So we have wind 170 at 4 knots. So as I said, we have the luck to land on the Kai-Tak famous runway 13. If the weather not change. I don't think it will change. So flight time is 1 hour and 57 minutes. So nearly 2 hours. There's 30 minutes left now. So I watched the charts, of the approach charts from Kai-Tak actually, watching my star. So here we have the departure, and this is the this is the actual approach, I think. Smasher Cole, welcome on board to our flight to the old Kai-Tak airport. So actually I'm checking my approach charts. So my first waypoint for the star is north 22.14.47 and east 113.36.46, and the second navigation point of my star is the second navigation point is north 22.20.15 and east 113.58.55, so that are my two navigation points. That's for the star approach. And then I need the ILS frequency. From Kaitak it's 111.95. We have a heading from 88. Runway heading is $136. So our navigation radios are set for the approach. Hope everything will work. So we're 9 and waypoint 1. 100 nautical miles. So switch the cross bleeds on. Switch the tanks off. Should work best. So here are the atolls on the left, which I towed from. We will pass them anyway. So we are short before descent and deceleration point now. So in approx 5 minutes we will start our descent. It takes us 213 nautical miles to descend from at waypoint 3 we have 204 nautical miles left, so 213 minus 204, and that takes us at 9 nautical miles before waypoint 4. No, before waypoint 3. We have to start our descent and deceleration. So, and I will load my last few waypoints now. So I want to change waypoint 4. So waypoint 4 is insert north. 2214. 47 22144 east 113 364, and waypoint 5 is 22201 insert east 113 5855. So that are our last waypoints, and I'm on my way to waypoint 3 now. So 9 nautical miles before this waypoint I have to start my deceleration and descent. So what we will do when we are starting the deceleration and descent, we will set out hold so the aircraft holds the altitude, and we will reduce the throttles to 94 and 2 then. To 94 and 2. And when the airspeed reaches 360 knots, we will put the ACQ knob in the autopilot, and the aircraft will start the descent. Renlo TV, welcome on board. We are just in the descent on the old Kaitak airport and approaching runway 13. So we will make the famous Kaitak approach, the turn short before the landing. So at Mach 1.5 you will reduce the throttle to 77% and 2. And this will make our descent a bit quicker. And that will happen now. And 77%. Here we go. Engine flight rating to climb. At 1.3 we have to observe the intake. They should be open again then. Our actual flight time is 1 hour 24 minutes. It's perfect time. So the actual aircraft weight is 103 tons. I think we need another 3 tons of fuel, so we have 100 tons. So we are, our approach speed or our landing speed is 154. 154. 161, 164, and 184. So we passed Mach 1.3 now. The air intakes should open. They are. And we will reduce the throttles to idle at Mach 1. And that will again speed up our descent. So actually we have 12 tons of fuel left. So that's good. Not so bad. Short CG master warning. So we are at Mach 1.06 at the moment. Soon we will leave supersonic speeds. Here we go, passing Mach 1, reducing throttles to idle. Throttle master switches to alternate, preservation, static heat is on, transparency, de-ice and demist on. And short looking over our fuel. So tank 11 is not empty at the moment, but it's emptying out, that's good. And soon as we reach 20,000 feet I continue with my approach checklist. And the descent will be very, very quick from there. Actually, there are only 90 miles till we reach the airport. So we have to be down quick. The approach speed in Kaitak is very has to be very good to hold, so I try to reach exactly 154 knots for the approach. Renlo TV. Bonjour. So, 22,000 feet. So we are at 350 knots, Mach 0.77 at 21,000 feet, descending is 4,500 feet per minute. And now we will do the approach checklist. Taxi turn lights on. Radar INS switches, I leave them to INS for the first. Seatbelt signs on. Engine control to approach. Engine flight rating to takeoff. Engine recirculation valves are shut. Secondary air doors are auto. Crossfeed valves should be off. They are. Conditioning valves are on. Brake fans are off. SSB open. And battery split switches to ESS main. Short check, 102 tons aircraft weight. That's good. And at 15,000 feet we try to slow the aircraft down. And therefore I will use the in-flight reverser. Concorde has no flaps, no air brakes or anything else. So the only thing we can do to bring down the speed is to activate the in-flight reverser. So I can open the reverser from the engines 2 and 3 in flight, and that's exactly what we do now. And at the same time I'm pitching the nose a bit up. So that we hopefully reach 215 knots when we pass 10,000 feet. I will short check the destination weather again. So we have variable wind, clouds at 1,400 feet. That will be okay. So we're pathing 11,000 feet, 280 knots at the moment. $10,000 feet now, and weather down. 260 knots. I disengage the afterburners now when we reach 250 knots. I set IA is hold and Alt ACQ on the autopilot exactly now. So under 10,000 feet we can engage the landing lights, the windshield anti-ice we set to low, and I think our fuel... Oh no, tank 11 is not emptied out at the moment. 5 tons on each side, so we are balanced, that's good. Now tank 11 is empty. So tank 9 and 10 pumps left and right hand are off. Tank 5, 6, 7 and 8 left and right hand pumps off. They are engine feed pumps are all on. Tank 11 hydraulic pump green blue off. Tank 11 pumps left and right hand off. Approach checklist complete.
Altitude alert, 1,000 to go.
So. So now we are settling down at 4,000 feet for a few minutes to reach the ILS slope, and the last part of the approach I will fly manually. So when we reach waypoint 4, we will decelerate to 210 knots. We will slow the airspeed a bit down so that we can make the turns, and it's easier to make the turns for the approach. So I check the aircraft weight again. We have 101 tons. CG, I think, is a bit far to the front. So I open the So now we are making a steep right turn to enter the the star we have to fly. And that's the way we fly inbound to Hong Kong now. We slow down to 210 knots and lower the weather down to 12.5 degrees. So we will have a very high angle of attack by the landing. The angle of attack will be around 12.5 degrees. And soon as we reach the ILS slope, I will disengage the autopilot and fly the aircraft by hand. Here we are. Here comes the ILS slope, and we're turning in slowly. On the right in front of us is the new airport. So actually we're flying with 210 knots, and we are aligned on the ILS now. And here comes the glide path, and as soon as we reach the glide path I will lower the landing gear. Not at the moment. So it's very important to have a very good glide, to be accurate on the glide path and on the ILS and kite tuck. So here we are, landing gear down, brakes checked, nose is down, anti-skid, anti-tire lights are off. And I try to bring the airspeed down to 190 knots. Here we are. So for the approach I will disengage the electric trim. So it makes it a bit easier to fly. On the left side is the bridge. I will now
Radio altimeters are active.
make a bit correction to the glide path. Slow the speed down. So I'm a bit too low at the moment. And in front of us we can see the landing lights, the in-flight lights for the airport with the right turn on the last part of the approach. So we are at 160 knots now. You have to be at 154 for the end approach, for the final. So that's the outer marker. And here we are at 154. That's a perfect time to have that. Just making a few adjustments on the stick. We are a bit too low.
1,000 feet
That's
radio.
not so bad. We're exactly at 154 knots now.
Feet.
To the right is runway. You're perfectly aligned on the ILS. Now comes the thrilling part. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Now we begin the turn.
Feet. 300 feet. 200 feet.
Continue.
100 to go.
100 feet. 50, 40, 30,
Decide.
20, 50.
knots. 75 knots. 50. 40. 20 knots.
And here we are in Kaitak. And that's how to do the approach. Whew, it's thrilling every time. But it's fun anyway. So, Fegwent, welcome on board. Just a bit too late for the landing. So we just landed in Kaitak. So, landing lights off. Master warning inhibit. Transponder off. Nose up 5 degrees. Flight directors off. Flight control inverters off. RAM spill master switches to D-guard and manual, and inboard engines shut down. Engine 1, 2, engine 2, 3 master warning cancelled. Auto ignition and auto throttle off. Drain master heaters off, preservation static heaters off, and ADS and standby probe heaters off. Wing anti-icing off, and windshield demist and anti-ice off. Brake fans on. They are good. Engine control schedule to flyover. Battery DC split to bat on. So we have to go complete way back to the beginning of the runway now. So, here we are. Parking checklist. Brakes set, lights and transparencies off, nose and visor up. Emergency generator selector to auto. Engine 1, shutdown. Ground power request. Can only request when the master warning. If there, here's the master warning, and now we can request ground power. Close the ground power switch. Disengage electric trim stabilization and feel it is disengaged. Generator switches to off. So generator switches off, last running HP valve off, throttle masters to off. Rain master heaters are off, short temperature check 30 degrees. Anti-collision lights off. Fasten seatbelts off. Engine anti-icing is off. Auto ignition is off. Flight deck door to unlock. Bleed valves shut. Conditioning valves off. Batteries to bat off. Brake fans as required. I think they're not required anymore. Elapsed clock. 2 hours and 3 minutes. Perfect time. Engine feed pumps. All off. Tank 9. Main and override valves to shut. Tank 9 pumps off, tank 10 pumps off, tank 5 A7A pumps off, tank 5 A7A standby inlet valves all off. Trim pipe drain is shut, transfers 5 A5 7A7 shut. Tank 5 and 7 pumps left right off, tank 5 and 7 inlet valves shut, override shut. Trim transfer switch off and guard, after trim switch is normal, tank 11 main inlet valves shut, override shut. Tank 11 hydraulic pumps off, main pumps off, tank 11 DR is off, fuel low pressure protection is off. Parking checklist complete, so we can open the doors, we can switch off the seatbelt signs, and we can dock the jetway. Air data computers off. Holy shit. Okay. I just thought my stream is hanging for a moment, so it doesn't hang. Only my cam is frozen. Why ever? Where did I stop? Yeah. Air data computers are off, I think they are. Transponder is off. Yeah, it is off. INS system. Is set to off. Flight control inverters to power off, anti-stall system off. So if this cam doesn't work, we can use this cam as well. Doesn't make any sense. Hydraulics off. Navigation lights off, emergency lights off, brake fans are off, roof and panel lights as required. And master CBs to trip. And here we have the shutdown, rear-extract fans off. Welcome in Hong Kong, gentlemen. So thank you for watching, and I'm streaming again on Friday, I think. Yep. So, bye bye.